Hey guys, a very warm welcome to Arihant Online Academy. And here in this lecture, we are going to discuss about paradigms of programming. So what is programming paradigm? Very important question. A programming paradigm is the concept by which the methodology of a programming language adheres to. Means programming paradigms are important because they define a programming language and how it works. So programming paradigms are methodologies. As you all know that there are thousands of languages, thousands of active languages there are existed currently in the globe, and you can do your work, you can digitize your idea on any language, but how each language works, what are their methods, right? All these are considered under programming paradigm, right? The concept by which the methodology of programming knowledge, programming paradigm, programming language adheres to, it is called as programming paradigm. This determine how our code is structured and organized, and what are the properties and how it works. Programming paradigm is a method to solve a problem using tools and techniques that are available to us following some approaches. So what are the approaches for each language, for each programming language? What are tools and techniques for each programming language? These all are considered under programming paradigms. So if we mainly talk about important programming paradigms, the very important one is imperative programming paradigm and declarative programming paradigm. We will discuss one by one each. And if we further divide imperative programming paradigm, they are divided under procedural programming paradigm, object-oriented programming, parallel programming, or parallel processing approach. In declarative programming mechanism, logical programming, functional programming, and database processing approach. So what are they? Let's discuss each one by one. If we start from imperative programming paradigm, then by term you itself can derive the language provides statements such as assignment statements which explicitly change the state of the memory of the computer. It performs step-by-step tasks by changing state. The main focus is how to achieve the goal. The main focus here in the imperative programming is how to achieve the goal. Step by step programming procedure would be there, and at the end we will get, after writing some instructions, at the end we will get our results. Languages which use imperative programming paradigm commonly have functional features. For example, basic functions of arithmetics like addition, subtraction, multiplications, divide are provided under it. Now, the advantage of imperative programming paradigms are it is very easier to implement, very simple to implement, and the disadvantage is they are very less efficient and less productive. And also complex problem cannot be solved with the help of imperative programming paradigm. Some examples of imperative programming: C, Fortran, and Basic. Now if we further divide its parts, but before that, just look that how imperative programming paradigm look like. Here is an example in front of you. Just to find average of 10 numbers in C programming, you have to declare, you have to write it like that. You have to declare the data type of the array name. You have to declare that much memory. After that, you have to declare the data types, variable names one by one. Thereafter, you have to use the loops, variables, and with the using of loops and variables, you can conclude all the statements, all the instructions one by one. You can write it, and at the end, you can conclude. So it is imperative programming paradigm example. It is a short code, simple code, just for the sake of example. Now, if we see some examples of paradigms that popularized these imperative programming paradigms are procedural programming, object-oriented programming, and parallel processing approach. So what are they? Let's discuss. If we talk about procedural programming paradigms, this language deals with procedural calls. Procedural calls means there is a procedure, and with the help of procedural calls, the function works, the logic works, the code works, which are also known as routines or functions. This paradigm emphasizes on procedures. Procedure calls is there one by one. on the basis of procedure, that what is the exact procedure of that logic or of that code of the problem, and with the help of procedures we apply the logic under procedural programming paradigm. This code can easily be reused in different parts of the program. Suppose there is a long code or the lengthier code in which some functions are there which is using continuously, so you do not need to calculate it again and again. We can reuse, the capacity of reusability is existed here. And the very good examples of procedural programming paradigms languages are C, C++, Java, ColdFusion, and Pascal. And if we look about the second part, that is object-oriented programming paradigm. So in this paradigm, we associate behavior with data structures called objects. Objects are the smallest entity here, which works very well in object-oriented programming paradigm, which belongs to classes which are usually structured into a hierarchy. Idea here is that we can broken the complete task into objects that have different properties and perform different actions. Objects can interact with each other to achieve their desired goal, their desired outcomes, and it can handle almost all kind of real problems which are today in scenario. So if we talk about examples of object-oriented programming languages, Simula, C++, Java, Python, Scala, Visual Basic.NET, Ruby, Smalltalk, and etc., etc., etc. If we talk about the advantages, data security, inheritance, data encapsulation, code reusability, and abstractions. These all are very, very important part of object-oriented programming paradigms. If we talk about data security, then the apps, the websites which are working, the technologies, just like banking industries, where data is very most important, users' data is very most important and prioritized. So for that, if you are designing such kind of softwares, you must have to apply object-oriented programming paradigms. If we talk about inheritance, means it can inherit the properties of upper class, that is parent class, to its subclass. Such kind of possibilities existed in OOP. If we talk about data encapsulation, it has a possibility to encapsulate data in it, and code reusability, the same thing, that if a function is continuously repeating one by one, or a same function is calling many times, you do not need to calculate it again and again. Once you can calculate it, other than that, at the next time you can just directly use the results. And abstractions, it have the property to hide the data, only show the data that is required. Okay, if you talk about parallel processing programming paradigm, parallel processing is the processing of program instructions by dividing them among multiple processors. It might be like distributed, it might be parallel processing. This approach seems to be like divide and conquer, just like you have heard about the name of BitTorrent. So in that software, you download any movies, it just download like 10%, 10, 10, 10, 10 in the slots of 10, 5, 10, 5 like that. So dividing the task, doing all the tasks at the same time. So time would reduce. Just like if you are busy in kitchen, you are cooking, then someone is at the same time helping you some other. If you are cooking food, at the same time, someone other is chopping the salad or another thing. So time is reducing. That is concept of parallel processing. The very most important examples of parallel processing paradigm languages are NESL, C, C++, and MPI. The next part is declarative programming paradigm. In this, it is a higher level, and focus of this paradigm is on logic and concepts rather than procedural flow. Earlier, all the imperative parts are based on a control flow, a procedure flow. In that, it is nothing so. Here, complete focus is on logic and concepts. In computer science, the declarative programming is a style of building programs that expresses logic of computations without talking about its control flow. It simply means that we here focus that what we need to do rather than how it should be done. Okay, it just declares the result we want rather how it should be produced. So this is the only difference between imperative, that is how to do, and in declarative, what to do. They are the programming paradigms. We sum up. Imperative, how to do. The complete concept is based on how to the problem to achieve our goal, to achieve our outcomes. Here, what to do to achieve our outcomes. Here is a sample example in front of you for declarative programming paradigm. Just to add sum of two numbers in Prolog, you just need to write it like that. We are adding at the end. So it is just what to do rather than how to do. You can see it. Now, if we talk some important part of declarative paradigms, the very most important is functional programming. With the name functional itself clear. In this paradigm, we express computations as the evaluation of mathematical functions. Evaluation of mathematical functions. These languages avoid flow controls like loops and instead favor recursion function. So that recursion functions are nothing, they are calling itself again and again, they are calling itself. So in functional programming paradigm, what happens that they are recursive. Recursive, you all know what it means. अरे खुला है यार. So the thing here is, we were on the slide. Yes, we are here on functional, right? Okay. So the language avoid flow controls like loops and instead favor recursive function. This paradigm reduces code complexity and can be used to solve complex problems. Some of the languages like Perl, Haskell, Lisp, Clojure, ML, Erlang, Scala, JavaScript mostly uses this programming paradigm. Here we avoid the loops, control flow like loops. Instead favor recursion. It reduces our calculations. With the use of stacks, we can do that just on the basis of mathematical functions. The next important one is logical programming paradigm. In this paradigm, we express computation exclusively in terms of mathematical logic. This programming is based on the notion of programming logic, just like programs are written as a series of facts and rules that follow a logical structure, just like if A is a true, or A is a true if B and C are true, just like that, just like these statements are there. So the syntax things are very less here. And in this paradigm, it can be used for research and testing complex theorems. It is also closely connected to development of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Examples are Prolog, Datalog, and Mercury. And the last one, but not the least, that is database or data-driven programming approach. A database program is heart of business information system, BIS, and provide file creation, data entry, update, query, and reporting functions. There are several programming languages that are developed mostly for database applications. For example, SQL, Structured Query Language. I hope you all know about it. It is applied to a stream of structured data for filtering, transforming, aggregating, such as computing statistics or calling other programs. So it has its own applications, right? So these are the programming paradigms which I have discussed with you. Let's revise it once again fastly. Basically, programming paradigms are divided into two parts, imperative and declarative. Further, in imperative, we have procedural, object-oriented, and parallel. And in declarative, we have logical, functional, and database. We have discussed for each paradigm one by one, the basics of it, the scenario of it. And when we are going with our lectures of programming, introduction to C, you will need to know, you will get information about one by one about these paradigms. And in rather programming languages, you will know much more about it. So guys, do subscribe us. If you have any kind of doubt or query, you can ask us. And for any information, you can comment us and please share it with your friends and press the bell icon button, guys. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and stay tuned with us. Thank you so much.